El Nino is a very serious climatic impact on the whole continent of Africa. You're talking about probably in Eastern Africa about 11 million people being directly impacted, either by drought or by floods. We expect about 2.7 to maybe 3.5 million people to be affected by flooding, and a little over 11 million people by food insecurity as a result of drought. In Southern Africa, the numbers are around 4 million people. So as you can see, it's going to have a huge impact on the population in Africa.
Yeah. Please give a little detail on the worst hit areas.
The worst hit areas in terms of food security will be countries like Ethiopia, also Malawi, Madagascar, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Lesotho, Swaziland. These will be the countries that we're expecting will be worst affected.
Please give us what is the main point which comes out of the new OCHA reports Nairo told us to being published today on Thursday.
The main message from us on the humanitarian side is that we need to be ready to step up for an additional challenge. El Nino is going to affect millions of people across the continent of Africa, but also beyond that. El Nino is a global effect. But here in Africa, millions will be affected, and therefore we need to mobilize additional funding for helping people in this circumstance. For example, in Eastern Africa, it will be in the region of about $451 million that will be additional funding that will be needed to cope with this new challenge that will be added to what is already a big challenge on the humanitarian side over the last number of years.
What is OCHA calling for in terms of action to combat this crisis?
Well, first and foremost, we are looking for support for the countries who are challenged by the El Nino effect. These countries are mobilizing their own resources to prepare, to mitigate the risks, to help people to cope, and they will need international support, principally financial resources. These countries, they are well equipped themselves with their own capacity, expertise. Of course, there will be some international experts that will be supporting them, but the most important support that they need are financial resources, assisted with additional funding.